She doesn't seem to care who's standing beside her, even if that person happens to be a prince. Over the years, many viewers have pointed out moments where Meghan Markle appeared to diminish Prince Harry in public. Subtle gestures, comments, and interactions that left people raising their eyebrows. Today, we're breaking down 14 of those moments that had the internet talking.
Gagging, knock it off, to unleash a tell-all memoir, but Prince Harry blocking it.
Meghan laughed and commented on how big his bite was, right there in front of everyone. Harry's expression shifted instantly. He looked caught off guard, embarrassed even. Still, he forced a polite smile, clearly trying to smooth over what could have become an awkward situation. The cameras didn't miss it. That small remark may have seemed playful, but to many watching, it felt like public mockery rather than affection. Then there's the issue of titles. Harry is a prince by birth. It's who he is. Yet Meghan rarely refers to him as Prince Harry. Instead, she often calls him H, my husband, or simply this man. Meanwhile, she has made it clear that she prefers to be addressed as Duchess. In one widely discussed moment, she even corrected actress Mindy Kaling, reminding her that she now
memoir as reclaiming her story. I'm sorry, do we have like 4 hours to go over how ridiculous that is? Whose story would it be? You're the only one claiming most of the crap that you're claiming, aka making it up, in my opinion. So who else's story would it be? And you tell it every 4 minutes. So with some details changed. So what are we talking about? Who else's story would it be reclaiming her story?
A public way? That didn't sit well with many people. What may have been intended as humor felt cutting to some. It planted the idea that Harry's value was somehow tied to something so superficial as hair. Then there was the cooking show moment. During an appearance alongside a chef, Meghan revealed that Harry doesn't like lobster. The chef jokingly responded, "And you're still married to him?" Instead of playfully defending her husband or showing affection, Meghan burst into laughter, loud and unfiltered. Viewers noticed that she didn't counter the joke or soften it. To critics, that laugh seemed less like shared humor and more like agreement, as if marrying her was the real prize. Moving on to a more serious occasion, a memorial honoring Stephen Lawrence. It was meant to be a solemn event, one centered on respect and reflection. Harry was greeting officials and exchanging respectful acknowledgments, but Meghan appeared impatient. Cameras captured her lightly tapping him, seemingly urging him to move along. Shortly after, Harry wrapped up the interaction faster than expected. That subtle gesture sparked debate. Was it harmless coordination, or was it a signal of control? Fast forward to their visit to Nigeria. In a presentation, the governor of Lagos State gestured for Harry to step forward and stand in a specific place. As Harry began to move, Meghan reportedly held on to his wrist, keeping him beside her. It was a brief moment, but in front of cameras, it created the impression that he wasn't entirely free to respond on his own. Body language experts quickly weighed in, analyzing the dynamic frame by frame. And then there are the spotlight moments. At several public events, observers noticed Meghan positioning herself directly in front of Harry, physically blocking him from stepping forward to greet attendees. On more than one occasion, Harry attempted to move ahead to speak with guests, only for Meghan to step in front again. It happened in 2019 at an engagement where Harry tried to walk slightly ahead. Meghan subtly gestured for him to fall back, and he did. The message, according to critics, this was her stage. Even during the Invictus Games in 2025, an event founded by Harry himself, there was a moment that drew attention. As Harry appeared ready to move toward another responsibility, Meghan reached for him and pulled him back rather firmly. For a split second, he looked off balance. Considering Invictus is deeply personal to Harry, that interaction sparked even more conversation online. Another telling incident occurred during a guest book signing. Harry, who has attended formal engagements his entire life, confidently picked up the pen to sign. Meghan quickly redirected him to a different spot. He paused, hesitated, looked uncertain. For someone raised in royal protocol, that flicker of doubt stood out. It wasn't about where to sign, it was about the public correction. At the Global Citizen Awards ceremony, Meghan had the microphone. Instead of focusing solely on the
She's been approached by publishers offering multi-million-dollar advances for a book that would tell her side of the story following her and her husband Harry's departure from royal duty. But I think there'd be a flash in the pan like there was for Spare, where people would buy her book. Whether it's, I don't think it's her genuine fans, but I think people who are like, what the hell could she have to say? The same people that maybe tuned into her Netflix show.
Reveal the pair's sit-down earlier this month was distinctly formal, and there is still no prospect of Harry returning to the family fold. Harry was surprised by the formalities of his recent reunion with the King, and even joked he felt more like an official visitor than a family member